In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this hot cocoa entirely from scratch using only a few ingredients. In a 3-quart saucepan, we're going to add 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and then we're going to add 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar, as well as 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. The light brown sugar adds a caramel note to the hot cocoa, which will really complement the chocolatey flavor. And now I'm adding 1/8 teaspoon of iodized salt. So unfortunately, the light brown sugar I had in my cabinet, come to find out, it was a little too dry, so I had to spend a bit of time trying to break it up before giving it a good stir with the other ingredients so they're all well combined, which is what I'm doing now. And next I'm going to slowly add 4 cups of half and half. The reason I chose half and half for this recipe is because you get the benefit of the richness and creaminess that you would associate with cream, yet you're not getting cocoa that's too thick because the half and half does contain some milk. And the reason you want to add it slowly is to ensure that the cocoa powder is fully dissolved before you begin cooking it. So I add about 1 cup to 1.5 cups at a time and give it a good stir to break up some of that cocoa powder and help it dissolve faster. And we're going to get the last of that half and half into the saucepan. And we're just going to give it one last good stir again to ensure everything is fully dissolved and well combined. So now we're going to move on to heating up the cocoa. As you see on the screen, I have my thermometer. This is how we're going to keep track of the cocoa to ensure that we don't cook it too long and it reaches the right temperature. So now we're going to set the burner to medium heat and we're going to warm up the mixture in the saucepan. And while it's warming up, you do want to gently stir the mixture nonstop. This will help ensure that the mixture doesn't stick to the saucepan as it warms up. So for the sake of time, I did skip ahead a bit, and after about 10 minutes, I use the thermometer to check the temperature of the cocoa. You want to warm the cocoa until it reaches a temperature ranging between 145 degrees Fahrenheit and 160 degrees Fahrenheit. If it exceeds 160 degrees Fahrenheit, as it gets closer to the point of boiling, you risk scorching the chocolate, and that will lead to very bitter tasting cocoa. On the other hand, you do want to warm it up to at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit to ensure that the cocoa powder and half are fully cooked. So I just removed the cocoa from the heat and I'm continuing to stir it because the temperature remains elevated, so there's still some risk of the cocoa sticking to the pot. And you should allow it to cool slightly. I give it 2 to 3 minutes because now we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you were to add the vanilla extract into the cocoa too soon, then you risk scorching it as well, and that can also lead to cocoa that turns out bitter. So once you finish adding the vanilla extract and mixing it with the cocoa until it's well combined, it is ready to serve. You can top it with marshmallows, whipped cream, caramel sauce, and in the event the hot cocoa isn't hot enough for you, you can always heat it up in the microwave for 15 to 30 seconds. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more recipes, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.